Sean Combs, better known to the world as Diddy, is now facing a wave of deeply serious allegations that have shaken the very foundation of the entertainment industry. As the controversy intensifies, one of the most prominent names drawn into the conversation is Usher, who has openly reflected on his early experiences within Diddy's orbit. His candid remarks have reignited scrutiny and sparked urgent questions about what may have unfolded behind the scenes during some of the industry's most influential years. What's emerging isn't just uncomfortable, it's profoundly unsettling, challenging long-held perceptions and forcing fans, insiders, and critics alike to reconsider everything they believed about power, influence, and the culture surrounding one of music's biggest empires.
By Diddy.
It's not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy anymore. It is not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy no more.
Papa don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, yeah.
Certain feeling, and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay. And I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business. Right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the
The allegations surrounding Sean Combs, known globally as Diddy, have escalated in both gravity and intensity, casting a long shadow over the music industry. As scrutiny deepens, unverified claims have surfaced suggesting that the pressures tied to that chapter of his inner circle may have been so overwhelming that Usher required medical attention. If substantiated, such revelations would push this story far beyond industry gossip, transforming it into a matter of serious concern. The implications are stark, raising urgent questions about what may have truly transpired behind closed doors, and whether the public has only seen a fraction of a much larger, more troubling picture.
Because I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executives from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that. And they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
What did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking and we was around some people, something like that. And then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. Man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent her to the hospital? Man, nigga bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. Oh, I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened.
The story stretches back decades to a pivotal moment when Usher was just 14 years old, already a prodigy with undeniable star power. Newly signed to LaFace Records under the mentorship of L.A. Reid, the young singer was stepping into an industry that promised both immense opportunity and relentless pressure. Determined to accelerate his development, Reid made a bold and consequential decision. He arranged for Usher to move to New York City and live with Sean Combs, then an electrifying, larger-than-life powerhouse in hip-hop, celebrated for his ambition, influence, and high-octane lifestyle. It was a move intended to fast-track greatness, but one that would later invite intense scrutiny and difficult questions about what that experience truly entailed.
Yeah, we want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed. at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, I mean, damn, pause, but like, that's how, I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the f*** did Puff just say? Nobody's going to acknowledge this with me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen,
we having a good time. Yo, Usher made it in the...
This wasn't merely a relocation. It was a deliberate, high-stakes strategy to transform a gifted teenager into a fully realized star. At LaFace Records, under the direction of L.A. Reid, the objective was unmistakable: toughen Usher's sound, fuse it with hip-hop edge, and forge a confidence that would command any stage. To achieve that, Reid made a bold call, placing a 14-year-old artist in the orbit of Sean Combs, one of the most powerful and fast-moving figures in music at the time. The move required parental consent and carried immense responsibility. Even then, in later reflections, Reid has acknowledged the magnitude of that decision, an ambitious gamble driven by faith and potential, yet shadowed by the realities of the environment. Years on, Usher has admitted that he witnessed moments during that period that left a lasting imprint. Though he has chosen his words carefully and avoided explicit detail, his remarks suggest experiences that were, at minimum, unsettling, echoes of a formative chapter that continues to raise questions long after the industry's spotlight shifted elsewhere.
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Uh-huh.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your
Jodeci,
parents were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than this.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. You know, I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Despite the turbulence surrounding that chapter, it was ultimately presented, at least in public, as a creative breakthrough. L.A. Reid later asserted that Puffy, the industry moniker of Sean Combs, achieved precisely what had been envisioned, sharpening Usher's artistry, infusing his R&B foundation with a harder hip-hop edge, and helping define a sound that would soon dominate the charts. That era marked a decisive turning point, accelerating Usher's evolution from prodigious teenager to a commanding presence in contemporary R&B, setting the stage for the global superstardom that followed. Yet even as the artistic triumph is undeniable, deeper questions persist. What was the real price of that transformation? And in shaping a superstar's sound, did that pivotal experience bind him to forces and realities far more complex, and potentially far more unsettling than the music itself?
Trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there.
Let's be direct, the pattern didn't stop there. According to widely reported accounts, L.A. Reid first met Justin Bieber at just 14 years old, after he was personally introduced by Usher. In his 2016 memoir, Reid recalled how Usher passionately vouched for the young Canadian's charisma and raw talent, describing him as a rare discovery with undeniable star potential. At the time, it seemed like a classic industry moment, an established star opening the door for the next generation. But in hindsight, that meeting marked the launch of another meteoric rise, placing Bieber on a path to global superstardom, while ushering him into the same relentless, high-pressure world that had once shaped Usher himself.
Flown out to Atlanta by a manager. His name's Scooter Braun. Flown out to Atlanta just to meet with him and meet different producers and different people. I was actually going to meet Jermaine Dupri at his studio. And who rolls up? Usher. In his Range Rover. It rolls up, and I was like, "Is that who I think it is?" And Scooter was like, "Yeah." And so I ran up to him. I was like, Usher, I love your songs. You want me to sing you one?" And he was like, "Let's just go inside, little buddy. It's cold out." So the politest possible way he could say no, he did. And I was like, wow, he just turned me down. And I was a little disappointed. He had to go into a studio session, so I was like, whatever. And a week later, he actually watched my videos with my manager and was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I let him sing? So flew me back to Atlanta where I got to meet him again. And he wanted to sign me. But there was something else.
Justin Timberlake, right?
Yes, Justin Timberlake also wanted to sign me. It was what happened was Justin Timberlake and Usher both went into a ring and boxed it out. And the outcome was Usher. I think it was
Justin Bieber exploded onto the global stage at just 15 with his 2009 debut single One Time, but his rise began years earlier when talent manager Scooter Braun discovered his YouTube covers at age 12. Impressed by the young singer's raw ability, Usher stepped in as a key mentor, personally introducing him to L.A. Reid, a pivotal meeting that led to a deal with Island Records. In his 2016 memoir, Reid recalled being immediately struck by Bieber's poise and quiet confidence when the 14-year-old walked into his office in 2008, sensing star power from the very first moment. At the time, it felt like the start of another fairy tale success story, but in hindsight, some have questioned the deeper realities of the high-pressure industry Bieber was entering, and whether those guiding him fully understood the weight of the world he was about to inherit.
Dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right.
When Justin Bieber stepped into the room, he didn't hesitate. He went straight to the piano, began to sing, then picked up a guitar and performed with the ease of a seasoned pro. Standing beside him, Usher introduced him proudly, and as L.A. Reid later recalled in his memoir, the impact was immediate. It wasn't just the voice, it was the presence, the confidence, the effortless command of the spotlight. Convinced he was witnessing something rare, Reid moved swiftly to sign the 14-year-old, navigating parental approvals while recognizing a star in the making, right down to the now iconic swoop of hair that became part of Bieber's early image. Beyond raw talent, Reid saw charisma and instinctive connection, an intangible spark many artists chase for years. Through it all, Usher remained central to Bieber's ascent, evolving from mentor to trusted guide, helping a young prodigy navigate an industry as unforgiving as it is dazzling.
Me plus you, I'ma tell you one time. I'ma tell you one time. I'ma tell you one time. One time, when I met you, come on. Wow.
I ain't gonna stop you like that, but this is only a tease. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you, Island Def Jam recording artist, Justin Bieber. It's getting ready to go down. Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready, because it's gonna be big. Ain't that right, Justin?
That's right.
That's right, so look out.
During those formative years, Usher was drawn deep into the inner orbit of Sean Combs, who assumed the role of mentor at a critical turning point in his career. Yet behind the glamour and opportunity, the dynamic was far more complex than it appeared. Various accounts suggest that Usher was exposed to aspects of Combs' private world that few outsiders ever saw, experiences that would later cast a shadow over that mentorship and raise enduring questions about influence, loyalty, and the true cost of proximity to power.
On camera, and he did an interview, and he told a story about how he went to Diddy house with mates, and he found the dildo in the sink.
I think that was crazy. I think that was out of, and then Mace said that was Puffs. I think he said Mace said that was Puffs, but Mace was in the bathroom with it. I don't know what that was all about, man, but that was real weird to me. That was crazy.
Crazy, man. But before we get off of that, right, I remember you told me a while ago that, you know, Mace, he used to live with Diddy, and he know a lot of stuff about Diddy that a lot of people don't know.
Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher, though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy, too, when he was younger. And this was years ago. So the locks ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. This the kind of, man, listen here. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But I want to talk about this lawsuit by God, right? And I want to get your opinion on it. It's a part in this lawsuit where she alleges that she was at a dinner with Neo, Usher, and Jimmy Iovine. And Diddy, he punched Cassie in the stomach and no one did anything. How you feel about that?
They were part of the dinner and they watched Cassie get abused in front of Puffy, abused Cassie in front of them. And neither one of those men, and they probably security was around too, did nothing to stop what he had did to Cassie. Now that's just crazy right there, bro. That is just crazy. Usher probably got a daughter. Neo probably got kids. I don't know. Jimmy Iovine, you know, he take about 15, 20 scoops of sugar in his coffee. So all those cats there, supposed to be men, watch that lady get abused right there in public, and they did nothing, brother. They did nothing. That goes to show you the power that he had mentally over them. Here go a woman witnesses, and this witnessing it and said, they said nothing. Yo, man, stop. Don't do that. Yo, not here, bro. Easy. Nothing. Don't do nothing. Say something. She said they didn't do anything and they didn't say nothing. That's the bad thing about it. If you're not going to do nothing, open your damn mouth and say something. And that's a lot wrong with our people right now.
Attention has now shifted to Sean Combs' past connection with Justin Bieber during the singer's early rise to fame. According to reports cited by Us Weekly, Bieber has been deeply unsettled by the recent allegations and has been strongly advised to distance himself completely, a step insiders say he has taken without hesitation. Sources close to the pop star claim he is determined to maintain no ties, while privately navigating the emotional weight of seeing past associations resurface under such troubling circumstances. The situation has reignited scrutiny over the decisions made during his teenage years, with critics arguing he should never have been exposed to the high-profile party culture surrounding Combs while still so young, raising difficult questions about protection, oversight, and the price of early fame.
Welcome to the family, John.
Sources indicate that Justin Bieber's early career unfolded under intense pressure and challenging circumstances. While his mother, Patty Millett, worked tirelessly to support him, critics have noted that his largely absent father, Jeremy Bieber, also played a role in the oversight gaps. Usher, under whose label Bieber was signed, has likewise been mentioned in discussions about his management during those formative years. One incident that has drawn particular scrutiny occurred in November 2009, when 15-year-old Bieber reportedly spent an unsupervised 48-hour period at Sean Combs' home, a moment that has since raised serious questions about the guidance and protection provided to the young star at a critical stage of his life.
16. No, 16. Slow down. Let's slow down, Josh. Okay. Let's slow down. Okay. One step at a time. But yeah, the keys is yours. When you get 16, you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. Yeah. The mansion. Yeah. So where are we off to now?
And where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
A recently resurfaced video featuring Sean Combs and Justin Bieber has sparked intense discussion among fans, igniting speculation about the true nature of their interaction. In one striking clip, Combs is seen asking Bieber why they no longer spend time together, an exchange that has only deepened curiosity and concern about the history and dynamics between the two music icons. In another moment from the same footage, Sean Combs can be seen jokingly telling Justin Bieber to keep certain details from their past private, an offhand remark that has only heightened intrigue, leaving fans speculating about what was said, what was left unsaid, and the story behind their complicated history.
Good. I'm good. How are you? Young brother, everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
My number.
Yeah.
Some observers have raised questions about whether Sean Combs' influence over Justin Bieber went beyond mentorship, sparking debate over how much control young performers truly had in Hollywood. Given the intense pressures of the industry and the exploitative practices that have historically impacted child stars, many wonder what unseen forces shaped Bieber's early career, and at what cost.
In a strange way,
Like Robin Big.
Yeah, it's like...
Exactly.
I'm big and you're Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person besides his talent. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know. Justin, you...
You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're
He
at
got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Apparently not.
Something. Everything ain't
Justin Bieber and Usher aren't the only young artists said to have been shaped under Sean Combs' guidance during their formative years. Freddie P has revealed that Combs also played a major role in mentoring his own child's early path in the industry, underscoring the extensive reach and influence the mogul has wielded over rising talent.
Wow! I feel violated right now. Wow.
Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad. Wow, look at your eyes. What music are you listening to?
Would you rather you have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms? Answer Justin Bieber.
I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
My parents never gave me the sex talk. Okay. So why don't you give me the sex talk? I feel uncomfortable right now. Oh. Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's
Observers have also highlighted moments that reveal Sean Combs' personal side, particularly in his interactions with family. A video resurfacing after his 2020 federal legal troubles shows him engaging casually with his mother Janice Combs, jokingly calling her Mom Dukes while smoking marijuana. He playfully teases her social life and even quips about a hypothetical dating show, offering a rare glimpse into the more relaxed and formal side of the music mogul beyond the public spotlight.
Questions that I be wanting to know, like, why were you so infatuated with a child that wasn't yours? Were you grooming that little boy? I don't even want to start those conversations because that's not your child. You know what I'm saying? And for you to keep him that close, it's like you kept him that close because he might got your secrets because he's not your child. So if he's not your child and you that type of person with that type of character, you don't mind actually doing it to him when he finally reaches a certain age because he's not yours. And you know in your mind he's not yours. And now you keep him real close to you. You make sure he don't go to his daddy. Why? We make sure he's separated with him and you provide him with everything he wants. Why? You got one of them little Michael Jackson secrets? He got one of them secrets that he can't tell nobody because his legacy, his manhood gonna be, and not only that, his brother don't gonna look at him crazy. Only Puffy know, only God and Puffy.
Pussy, right?
I don't know. All I'm gonna say is, I don't know.
I'll be sure, son.
All I'm gonna say is, who's infatuated with another man's son like that? Like that seemed like grooming to me. That's his daughter's brothers. Get the fuck
The
out.
video was recorded just over a year before allegations of misconduct against Sean Combs first emerged. Observers have noted that his interactions with his mother, Janice Combs, appeared unusually familiar with some, including Gene Deal, highlighting the overly casual, joking tone of their exchange, sparking questions about the dynamics and boundaries at play behind the scenes.
Yeah, my mom's good. Hold on, let me introduce you to my mom. Called Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. Happy to meet you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too. Mom, freshly dipped though.
So you gotta do something.
I was trying to show you the shoe. Yeah, my mom's is single. Mom's is single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single. Me and my mom talked about one time doing a dating show with her. And she's so picky. She's so picky, they don't stand. But yeah, that'd be the funniest show in the world.
It will be. Especially with me.
I don't even want to get started with you doing that. We're not doing that. Cause yeah, my mom's single. Yeah, for real. Mom do know how to have a good time. And she ain't sitting in the house playing. They outside moving and shaking, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
She come with me to strip club. I don't care. For real. It's my dog. You know, I want to live life. We out here moving and grooving. So my mom told me, she just said, keep moving, baby.
That's right.
Keep moving.
Don't stop.
She could touch.
According to Gene Deal, the situation became more complicated when he claimed that Sean Combs dismissed him from a position, citing tensions that stemmed from his mother's behavior toward him. An episode that added another layer of intrigue and raised questions about the complexities behind the mogul's inner circle.
From the tree, man. You got to realize that. You know, he didn't get all this from his daddy because he didn't know his daddy, even though they try to say his daddy was some big time drug dealer in the whole 9 yards. You understand? He didn't get this from his daddy. You got to realize, man, you know, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also ladies of the night, a prostitution ring too, or these ladies was doing things other than modeling. So the apple don't fall far from the tree. Yeah. So now you got to understand this, and looking at her and some of the stuff that he was saying, and their relationship has changed since I knew them, since I was around them. You understand? This man was talking about that his mother could take her palms and bend over and put them down on the floor. Not bend over, but she could stand straight up and put her palms on the floor, bruh. He's saying that about his mother. Who describes any of their mother actions like that in a sexual way? And then, you know, I don't know how many dudes do kiss their mother in their mouth when they 50, 60 years old or something like that. That's them. That's their whole thing, man. But that was a little kind of weird for me. And then his mother wore the same white fingernail polish that Cassie described that he liked to see her and other models in when she was describing her lawsuit. And what's crazy to me is that, man, it seemed like him and his mother had this, I don't want to get too deep, man, this Oedipus complex thing. You know what I mean? And a lot of people going to say, yo, Oedipus complex. Well, let me just tell you a brief story so you'll know. Oedipus it may have been Greek mythology, or it was probably Greek mythology or something like that, but it's a story about a young man that was told that he was going to kill his father and marry his mother. So on the way, this young man had grown up, you know, he didn't know that he was an orphan and then was adopted by a family. He thought the family he was with was his mother and father, but it wasn't. So on the way to this town, he gets into an argument with this other man and he kills him. He kills that man. Then he goes into that town. A lady is weeping about her husband, being told that her husband was dead, and he ended up marrying that lady, which was his mother. So Sigmund Freud came up with this thing about this Oedipus complex, about a sexual relationship, whether it's physical or mental, with a mother and a son. So I'm looking at his mother and him on the couch, and both of them are getting IVs after one of the Diddy parties. Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly because I wasn't there and I didn't know. But they showed them both getting IVs on the couch. So my whole thing about this thing is that I'm not saying that she was ever at a freak off. She was ever at that type of party. But you can't tell me Miss Janice Combs, who was always at the regular parties, didn't know nothing about the freak off parties. This is the same dude, bruh, that used to disrespect his mother. So I seen the love now that they have for each other only on film and camera. You know, on the YouTube or Instagram or wherever they were showing and stuff like that. But this the same guy that Kirk Burrows once told me he slapped his mother. And I told everybody, had I known he slapped his mother after I told Kirk Burrows, Kirk told me after I straightened his ass out for cussing his mama out. His mother came in the limousine and he was on the phone and she said, yo, why don't you tell these people like that? And he just cussed her clean out like on some, didn't I tell you to stay out my motherfucking business? And I was like, yo, I was shocked. She didn't say nothing. I said to him, I said, yo, boy, let me tell you something. If you ever cuss your mama again, I'm gonna beat the shit out you. You ain't gonna bring nothing but bad luck to us treating your mama like that. So I guess he ain't treating his mama like that no more. But I don't have no qualms in her defending
The situation raises urgent questions about how so much could have unfolded so openly without attracting greater scrutiny. How did events of such significance occur in plain sight, yet leave so many unaware of the true dynamics playing out behind the scenes?